I would always read books about two imaginary people who would somehow always end up together. It would be a bad boy with commitment issues who falls for the girl who likes to read. Then the girl would change the bad boy for the better, and here comes the happy ending. Because that's what makes the book good. The happy ending. So let me tell you my story of how I met you. 'Cause you were the sky. We met in class. Drama, to be exact. The place where your annoyingness and ego is not needed. I scanned the class on the first day and saw you, and that day you were just someone who happened to be placed in the same class as me. Nothing special. We were, of course, put into a group together. Then you started making stupid jokes just to be crowned as the class clown and get validation from the amount of people who laughed. You're probably one of those guys who roam the hallways without a care in the world. And I assume that because within the first few minutes of meeting you, I think I've already figured your whole life out. You're a cool guy. You act like you don't care about anything, come to school only for your friends, and leave girls left and right. In the first day of meeting you, I really thought that was true. And maybe I believed that because I've been told so many rumors about your bad acts, given many warnings about your not caring personality. So many people have told me that you're just a cool guy. Second class. We're still working on that damn project, and I'm annoyed at how annoying you are that I don't even want to go into class. I walked in with my friend, and you're already sitting there, your hands running through your hair because that's what guys do, and we made eye contact. You gave your iconic smirk and came over to me.
What are you guys talking about?
I rolled my eyes at the smooth conversation joining skills you have.
Nothing.
I answered, because I'm not going to let you in on my private conversation about how green bread is made.
Wow, so now you're excluding me.
You sounded partially hurt, but that smile's still visible on your face.
No, it's a private conversation. So you were talking about me. How did you assume that? 'Cause you're not telling me what you're talking about. And that means I'm talking about you?
Welcome to our first fight. Well, at least, let's count it as one. It's a stupid conversation that could probably go on forever, but to say that I didn't enjoy going back and forth would be a lie. Third class. I was kind of excited this time, even though I would never admit it out loud. We did some cold reading in the practice rooms, tried memorizing our scripts, and joked around. A lot. I noticed some things about you. Little things. Like how you play around with your hands when you're nervous, or how you don't usually look people in the eye when you're talking. It's not that I'm taking an interest in you, I just notice a lot of things. We ended the class with us laughing at things that aren't funny at all, and you playing with my hair, because that's what players do. And you are one, aren't you? And maybe that was a friendly reminder to me that you were a bad idea. You took my ribbon and put it on your wrist. You promised you would give it back, but I doubt it. After that, we started texting. We talked about drama class, how our group is probably gonna fail the performance, and my lack of dating. An hour of texting led to you sending me sugar-coated text messages that I wanted to believe. You're amazing this, you're so good at that. Your artwork is honestly so gorgeous. Nice job on the presentation, best one I've seen yet, you got it all. And maybe at that point, I needed those words to believe in myself, even if I knew you were lying. I knew I wanted to believe it. Believe that you mean it, cause that would be the easy way out. But I have a habit of painting people to fit my expectations. I saw you in the hallways today. I walked past you like I normally do, and when I was about 10 meters away, you shouted hello to me in the loudest, most crazy way possible. I turned around expecting myself to be embarrassed, but instead, I smiled and walked over to you. And maybe I shouldn't have walked over because that destroys every rule of playing hard to get. But I still did. We had a short, stupid conversation about something, but was it worth walking over in the embarrassment? Yeah. There was one time when you canceled on your friends to run lines with me. It was sweet, even if it was for a project. I ignored that fact. When I said that you texted weirdly, I'm not lying, you really do, but sometimes you reply to my messages like you actually put thought into it, which is surprising. I was expecting some kind of half-assed reply from some half-bad boy. Honestly though, you got it all. It was the day of the performance that would take up 90% of our drama grade. You sat on the chair, raced your hands through your hair, and fumbled with them again. Nervous? You were nervous? Then I noticed something on your wrist. My ribbon was there. I smiled knowing that you kept it.
It's almost our turn to go on.
There was something about that moment that made me think that maybe you're not just a cool guy. Maybe I was too quick to judge. After the performance, we high-fived and you handed me my ribbon with a thanks. I wish I could end it here. I wish it had ended here, 'cause this was the happy ending you all expected, right? Like I said, You gave me everything I ever wanted, every imaginary scene those characters ever invented. But here's the part where I say, those late night calls, those school hallway declarations, that happy ending with the boy you miraculously changed for the better. It only happens in books. 'Cause no one changes just like that. The performance went great. We got an A. I passed you in the hallways again 2 days after that. I expected the crazy call of my name through the hallways like you normally do, or the mini conversation we would have whenever we pass each other, but I got nothing. I said something along the lines of, nice performance, you were great, or at least I was going to before you walked right past me, ignoring everything I had to say. Ignoring me. There were other times when you would walk past with your friends and you would look at me for 5 seconds straight, your eyes saying something I cannot deduct. They were even more confusing than your text messages. I whispered a hi under my breath that you probably didn't hear because your friends were talking way too damn loud and I waited for you to walk away. I could tell you were looking at me until you left because out of the corner of my eye, I was looking at you too. Your eyes are unreadable. You know that? When you first looked at me, I thought it was a way of saying hi, even though it wasn't as crazy as before. I wanted it. But it wasn't that because it lingered on way too long to be just a hi and way too short to be a conversation. Now I know that you're just a cool guy. A cool guy who's good at acting and good at words. The guy I've been given many warnings on. So now that the ribbon had disappeared from my room and the only thing left that would remind me of you are the photos hung up on my wall, our endless text messages, and the phone bill showing how much I'll have to pay for our long late night conversations. It was worth it though. Wasn't it? A week after I saw you in the hallways again. Tied to your wrist was another ribbon, but it wasn't mine. Someday I'll realize that you're toxic and you don't deserve me. And every time I've convinced myself I hate you and I never want to see you again.
Hey, do you want to go out with me?
Just one word from you sends everything right back.
Sorry, I don't feel the same way.
And all the times you've done me wrong disappears into thin air. But every time I give up everything for you, you cancel on me. For who? I don't want to know. A lot of time had passed, too much to start talking again, but too less for me to forget about you. I'm waiting for that day when I tell myself truthfully, I don't want to see you again. Some days I would walk past areas where I know you'll be. I made so many illogical excuses as to why I was walking that way. There were so many other pathways and routes that I could have taken. None of my excuses made sense because I only wanted to see you. Most of the time you would just say nothing or ignore me completely. Now I try to avoid hallways I know you'll be. Not because I don't want to see you. It's because I don't want to be disappointed. You show up when I least expect you to, and somehow you just cancel everyone out. Even the kid sliding down from the slider instantly disappears. How do you do that? Make yourself more important than you actually are. If it was a few months ago, the silence would have instantly been filled with whatever we had to talk about that day. But now, every time I see you, it just breaks me. A second passed. We still haven't said anything. We're getting closer to the point where you act like you don't know I exist. But I mean, you're a pretty good actor. I turned around not even caring if my ponytail slapped me in my face. It should. Maybe it would wake me up from the dream of us ever talking again. I walk forward hoping you're not going the same way. Because like I said, I don't want to be disappointed. I really thought this was over, and I wanted it to be over, so I don't have to keep up with you. But whenever we're in the same room, my eyes find my way to yours, and it's not a good habit. I don't even miss you. I miss the rush of excitement whenever you text or your stupid variations of bad words, even though I know that you say them all the time. But let's be real. You're never coming back. We're never talking again. This is the end. Seeing you makes me tired. Seeing your face makes my mind go crazy, thinking about what it would be like if I was there with you. I really hate that. I hate seeing you smile, having fun, hang out with other girls, acting like you're having the time of your life when I'm here spending all my time recovering from a drug that is you. Do you even miss me at all? And maybe that's selfish. I'm selfish. Selfish for thinking that you had to keep thinking about me after you chose to walk away. I just want some closure, but I should have expected that from players like you. Was this my fault? Or was it yours for acting like a drug and shoving you down my throat to the point where I'm addicted to you? And maybe I won't look through the hallways just to see a glimpse of your face. Maybe that time will come. But for now, those butterflies are like drugs that no medicine can treat, and I want them to go away. So I won't waste my time thinking about you because my time is precious and you've already wasted enough of it. So I won't be searching through every hallway just for those 5 seconds of eye contact. Because that searching and waiting and looking and acting is tiring me out. I don't want to do that all for you. I just want to win that game of yours. Is that so much to ask? Now you're just a stranger with a voice I could recognize in a crowd of 1,000 people.